The real secret sauce that changes everything is in the midsole. What's up guys, my name's Levi, this is Shred Shop connecting you to skateboarding, and today we're taking a look at the brand new New Balance Tiago 808 Pro model. Ba-boom! After the success of his first Pro model, the 1010 with New Balance, they decided to give him a second shoe. Wait. For all the fans of the 1010, do not worry. It's not going anywhere. It's still staying in the line. They're gonna have the 1010 and the 808. In this video, we're gonna get into the style points of the shoe, the tech of it, and stick around till the end because one of our team riders who also skates for New Balance got a pre-release of this shoe, skated it for a whole month. We'll show you what it looks like and share his feedback with you. I got a question for you. Close your eyes right now. Are they closed? What would a skate shoe from the 90s with all that vibe look like with the technology of the 2020s? Open your eyes right now. Boom. Let's take a first look at this beast. For the world release of these shoes, they come in a white navy, the one I got here, and a black red, which you'll see that Mac was skating. First, let's look at the toe. This is a pretty iconic toe box that you see on a lot of New Balance shoes, the way it waves out, but some really cool nods to the 90s. Let's take a look at the sole. We got the uptick of the toe here, a little arch raise thing looking there. Kind of reminds me of a dope shoe, the links from the DC. And then when we get into the tech of the sole, we'll mention that later. That's kind of the highlight of the shoe. It is pretty stiff, so like you got good, great rubber around there. Moving up, you have a bunch of different textures, which is cool. It adds a lot of dimension to the look of the shoe. You have a soft suede moving into a rougher looking suede on the toe box there. And then you have leather and mesh up top. I don't know, I like it. Like we got these plastic eyelets, which you kind of would see on some old Muscas way back in the Circa days. Pull strap on the heel. You got a little end hit on the heel there. The cool thing is all the shapes are pretty wavy, so it tells a really cool story. And then right next to the mesh, you have a little reflective panel here. So who knows, maybe you're cycling or skating at night. Peeps will be seeing you from the backside. If you go onto the laces, they have two lace protectors at the bottom there, which is kind of sick. They're in a light gray, so they blend right in, but they're gonna protect you on your kick flips. Well, if you look at the tongue, again for style points, some of you guys might hate that I'm saying this, but it kind of has a Yeezy looking tongue up here on some of his shoes.
You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
And you got a lot of protection in and around the heel, but I gotta say, the thing that stands out the most about this shoe for me when it comes to the looks is that fat N. If you didn't know, it stands for New Balance, bud. It is good to know, if your style is baggy jeans, this shoe is gonna look dope on foot. If you have a little bit slimmer, maybe wearing some slim dickies, who knows? Maybe you and Corey Duffel are still best friends and you're painted on your pants. This probably isn't the shoe for you for style points because it's pretty bulky. Now, we probably should get into the tech of this thing. When designing the shoe, the two things that New Balance had in mind were comfort and durability. First thing, the toe. It's reinforced in all the kickflip and high wear areas, so you know it's gonna last. That's a staple on pretty much every shoe that you can buy for skating these days. It's what you need to make these things last. Next thing is these rubber eyelets right here. They're gonna protect you again in that kickflip wear zone, but get this, there's a secondary lace system if you don't wanna rock them the classic way. It's internal here, you push down the tongue and you lace them through underneath here to fully protect your laces. Maybe you're one of those guys that super tweaks their kick flips and you wear all the way up here and you want to protect those laces. Honestly, kind of reminds me of an old pair of Audios I used to own. When you push down the tongue, you'll notice there's the tongue straps in there to make sure the tongue stays centered. It's one of those features that you don't really notice it until you have a pair of shoes that doesn't have it and you see how annoying it is when your tongue is underneath your foot. Moving towards the back, there is a lot of mesh down from the middle of your foot towards your heel on either side and in the tongue. Now it is a lot of shoe, we mentioned it earlier, so you definitely need some breathability and they thought of that for you sweaty, stinky foot people.
Stinky, smelly feet.
Let's flip it up, take a look inside. Around the heel there, they have what they call the Achilles foam pods. Basically, they hug your Achilles, making it more comfortable and keeping your foot down in the sole while you're skating. And then all the fabric around your heel on the inside is this really nice soft mesh. So maybe for you guys who skate with no socks, again, those stinky feet people might be your vibe. Now down to the sole, the meat and potatoes, the exciting part. Let's check it out. The first thing I want to reiterate is it's stiff. super stiff. This pair, we skated for a week, not a month, and it still is this stiff. So if you're a cup sole guy, you're probably gonna love this. Lots of protection, but if you're a vault guy, it's gonna be hard to get used to. So just beware when buying. When we flip it over, they have the dual durometer rubber on the sole there with the herringbone pattern. So you see the red is a little bit softer rubber, whereas this black on the outside here is a little bit harder. This will make the shoe last longer. As well, this red makes it way grippier. If you do know cup soles, sometimes they can be slippery when you start skating a board, especially if it's not a brand new board. This fixes all that. If you guys know shoes, cup soles usually have a lot of the tech in the outsole. When you're looking for comfort and durability, it goes outsole, midsole, and then the insole. Usually for the insole on high-tech shoes, it's super soft, really thin, but really comfortable, more so to give comfort for your feet. The way it goes is the insole is soft, the midsole is a little bit less soft, and the outsole, the bottom, is harder. That's the best way to give protection to your feet. With the outsole on this one, we talked about the dual durometer rubber on there, making it a little bit harder, really good and firm, so it's gonna last long, but all the tech's right here. The real highlight of the shoe, what makes it so comfortable and durable, good on your feet, is in the midsole on there. It's the Absorb midsole that runs all the way the full length in the foot. It's high shock absorbing foam. It's the highest shock absorbing material that New Balance uses in their shoes. And get this, it's the same that is used in the insoles in the Jamie Foy 306. And that one's the insole, this is the midsole. So these shoes are pretty well built to jump off anything. Leap of Faith 2.0, let's go. When it comes to cushion on your foot, this is probably one of the most high-tech cup sole cushion skate shoes that you can find on the market right now. Better than a Dunk, maybe even better than a 1010. So if you're used to skating Dunks, but your feet hurt all the time, let's switch it up, baby. Ooh. Let's get into the notes from our team guy, Mac, that skates for New Balance, and he got a preview pair. Side by side, skated for 1 week, kind of a grom, doesn't really do any flick tricks. Skated for a month, each and every day, because the guy works at a skateboard park. The first note he had for us is that, yes, these shoes are stiff. They took a full day and a half of skating to break in, but once they were, it was like a nice pair of cowboy boots. Am I right, my Canadian brothers?
Genuine ostrich. Oh, I'm just goofing. New boot goofing. Oh.
They form to his foot, nice and comfortable, like a glove. One thing I would say, under the toe cap, reinforced, it's rubber underneath there. He didn't even wear through it. He wore through the suede, but he didn't wear through the rubber. There's still lots to go through there. He didn't take advantage of the interior eyelets, like kind of a dummy, and so he broke a few laces. Mac usually skates Volk shoes, so he is used to how those stick to his board. Normally cup soles are a little bit slipperier, like we mentioned earlier, and he said these were so grippy, so he could still flick front crook like a boss. Now, we've been in a heat wave. It's been about 30 degrees Celsius here, which is like 90 something in Fahrenheit or something like that. And so he's been skating them in the heat. He found that these shoes weren't the most breathable with that kind of heat, but it comes with some positives. There's a ton of padding making it crazy comfortable. So he might have been a stinky boy foot, but he also got to rip really hard without hurting his feet. All right, guys, that's gonna be it. That was an honest review of the Tiago 808 shoe from New Balance. Let us know what you think of the shoe. You think he's done with his shoes?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm Levi, this is Shred Shop, connecting you to skateboarding, and if you're following us on any other platforms, it's at Shred Shop, or me personally, at the Levi Switzer. These shoes just dropped, so if you're copping them this week, go to your local skate shop. If you don't have one, head to the town over, buy them online from your local shop. Stay out of the malls and big box stores. Local skate shops, support skateboarding, keep it alive, keep cool New Balance 808s on your foot. Stay tuned for comment of the week. Oh, we got a spicy one! It's from my dog, Edward de la Cruz. I'm gonna preface with this. I was on holidays in Europe for like over a month with my super hot wife, ignoring all you YouTube people. So we had a fill-in that looked a little suspect. And on one of his videos, Edward de la Cruz commented saying, Levi Switzer is no longer a person, but rather a skate spirit that can possess anyone it comes into proximity with. Scientists have yet to understand this debacle. Edward, you get me. You understand me. I'll give you my personal number and go on a date with you so that we can understand each other. If you like what we're doing, check out one of these other videos.